Lama tomba tundende de jin jawan ta chumba yang taba zoe sanje pa jawan shi. Ripata chidra temba dawar chapa chidin chimpa chibu tuwe ka. Dame wala dame nange tomba sange chundende pa jawan shi ka tuwa. Chata la chata jebze chi Lama tomba tundende de jin jawan ta chumba yang taba zoe Anjara Chadra Tambanda Varshapa Chidin Champachi Buntu Vekala Hatamen Latamen Nagyutum Basanga Chinante Panjavashika Chatala Chata Yadvachi Lama Tumba Chundende Chavanda Yandava Zoya Sanya Panjavashi Yandava Zoya Sanya Rivata Chadra Tambanda Varshapa Chidin Champachi Buntu Vekala I do the ecology of Latam and get some Boston. So the Jazz Kante Ganyeto, just such a Telakovat. Anya Jitin Dina Churches, that's a Kavacha. Namda Gunga Chuto Sonsawa, Ishikato Sijilumba. Tavajida Sunala Meba, Gumotuni Jolacha. Jadava Teminta Vecha, Seta Dava Jolacha. Duhaja Dajara Samasumachi, Nime Kujan Jolacha. Chedamba, Tantijim, Tomabo, Sunayan, Jatuja, the Jinjalacha. Tabenda Jatava Jurugin as a letter to that. She Jalacha Salo, Trinity Alliance, Labatalarton, she had Tabayan, Dijay. The rebels of Zopa and some days of the Temba. Kamadra Mamata Juma Sivu Chuata Melamulata Teje Chenama Tatarata Sonama Dieta Jessica Yukovan Chinji Datun de Kadanata Chilla Sivia Andrew Rayon. Sanje Jodan Soye Jonala Jabata Take Jivis Jindarabin Sanjendo Sanje Jodan Soye Jonala Jabata Dan Jazut Take Jivis Sanje Jodan Soye Jonala Jabata Dan Jazut Dāgē chūchī jīvē sūnam jīyē dōlā bēnchē sāngyē rū. Niente ci possono così che rola per molto non niente ci quando è andato a vedere non bacuno niente gesto per dire yumdala già che è gente va già cavo molto mi va già tamo va ma già tagliato niente ci mi trovo niente da ma dovesse tambatela ciao. So just before John went down to which is which country? None. Just live in none. She put some orange on the bed, then she gave me that. We were talking. Oh, you're talking about. The church live in none have mother or father. Oh, father died. Father died by heart attack. Yeah. After 1 month, the mother died by cancer. By cancer.
COVID. Also COVID.
COVID, yeah. So then I was talking that. Yeah. Then I was telling her, I was thinking myself, but also talking to her, when we hear people passing, people are, passed away, always good to remember that I'll be something, just name, just was left, just name in the world. That's it, nothing else. But that's not next day, not after long, no. Anytime can happen. But not exactly after that way, but yeah, so thinking. That can happen anytime. Very important one, very important one. This came after a long time. Always after a long time. Even the same day, you can, after a long time. Even 5 minutes before, you didn't know you were going to die. After a long time. No? Silly life. It's like 5 minutes before car accident. After a long time. No? It's cheating. Concept of permanence, cheating you. You see, to practice Dharma. I don't know to practice Dharma. That is to not make preparation for enlightenment, not even enlightenment, not liberation, not even the preparation for the happiness which is life. Your time, everything what you do is for happiness, but it's always happiness in this life today. So that concept, so that doesn't allow your actions, Buddhist mind to become Dharma, Holy Dharma. So then it is even to my preparation for the happiness, future lives. So that life goes like that. So I forgot what I was saying.
We have to think we are going to die.
But that was, what did you say?
You were talking about Tenzin Palmer's father.
Yes. So I was telling her, so, yeah, then, we should always think that I'm also going to happen that way, and then very important, can happen anytime. Can happen anytime to me. So those people left, bodies burnt, only names left in the world, and some materials you can see. So, exactly yourself. Anytime would happen that, anytime. So it's so important. So important. So I think not only people who don't met Dharma, who happen Dharma, I think even Buddhists, you see, you don't practice mindfulness in the impermanence of death. Impermanent death, you see, every day. Basic Dharma is not there. Basic Dharma, which means basic Dharma is not there. Even you're talking emptiness, a tongue to the rare subject, but basic Dharma is not there in your life. If I tell frankly. Even you talk emptiness, you start to philosophy, so much, the text, Nagarjuna, Lama, so much. Then tongue to but the basic Dharma is not there in your daily life. So then, then how many times you hear other people died, people they always say, I'm going to live a long time. Then the Dharma practice, they will come. The answer, the main answer, Dharma practice, need Dharma practice. Need to renounce the attachment to this life. So first Dharma is that. Dharma, holy Dharma, that's the first Dharma. So that's never happening. Of course, you may be doing prayers, a lot of reading texts. You may be doing that, but how you so I was, So I was telling her that, so you see, then, the people, even your relatives, so dying, but never think yourself, something's going to happen, especially in the time. Even you think it might happen, but, it can happen any time. It's that's more rare. It can any time, more rare. So then, John told me that, where in Italy, she went to the Gomorrah, but Italy?
Yes.
Where?
Pisa.
She went to Pisa. Go to Gomorrah, nunnery, the hospice.
Yes.
So Gomorrah gave some talk, and then one of the director gave talk. So two nuns came for the hospice. They were 80 years old. So they never thought they never thought they would die themselves. The two nuns, the Christian nuns, never thought they would die. So after arriving hospital or before?
After arriving.
After arriving hospital, so they thought they would die. They're so shocked, so shocked. They're so shocked. Then what the doctor say?
The director was
Or the
very
doctor,
surprised.
huh?
The director was very surprised. They
Yeah.
never thought they were going to die.
Yeah, they never thought they were going to die, and doctor, was very special. That's that's a little bit too extreme, even after coming to hospital. So for us, it's incredible, powerful teaching. When you hear somebody died, and especially people you know, and people you don't know, of course, but then especially people you know died, it's incredible, powerful teaching for us. To remind, you see, that you will die in the time. You will die in the time. Left, nothing left, the words, names in the letter, books, no, that. Letters you send your friends, and you have in the paper, the materials. So that's what can happen in the time. So there's, I don't know which, maybe shedding, writing to a spiritual friend. I think by now, I think shedding. One rang la yebe, negative. While you have control, you see. Control, all you have control. To yourself. Control in life. All around you. Negative. During this time, while you have control your life, then the way then some masina. So I think then the way then some masina. So make for sure. You see, you see, you have already firm, definite path to enlightenment. Happiness beyond from death, happiness from now, happiness beyond from death to enlightenment. I was path to enlightenment. You see, going up, able to establish that. You're on the way that. Then they were masina. So that includes temporary ultimate happiness. Ultimate happiness is liberation from samsara. And then the total cessation of obscuration, completion of realization. Then they were masina. Udong juwe chibitse, same the more you come. So then the breath coming going, the breath coming and going. When that stops, when the breath coming and going, when the stops, same Dharma, then mind to be happy, very difficult. Same Dharma, you have Kama does, difficult. That time, when the breath coming and going, stop. In that time, mind happy, difficult. That's something we have to, every day, very, 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 very important life practice every day. Yeah, and there are the words. Chēnyē nömāng lūngi tāpa yī, chēnyē nömāng lūngi tāpa yī, chūyī chūrē jāng mē tā nā. Ūngū ūdū nī jī lōpa lē, sēgōng kāngā dēnyō ngā tsar chē. So in other words, how do you begin? The life is many harms. Lungitava is two impermanence. Water bubble, that flat, popped by wind. I smell the candlelight in the wind, any second it's going to stop, like that. Another example, lives. So water bubble, that is in the midst of the wind blowing, so anything popped. So that nice water bubble popped in the minute. Medana, more impermanent than that. Life is more impermanent than that. Medana, so just breathing in and out, just breathing in and out, and then slept last night, you see, but just only breathing in and out. So how wonderful. Able to have freedom to wake up from that. To be able to wake up from that. That's just how wonderful it is. That's not the word. Those are the basic Dharma, most important. But, then if you think impermanent, then Lamrim, how many philosophy you study, then you can integrate Lamrim. Then, see, so whatever you study, then it subdues your mind. So whatever you study, so if you use this yeah. to achieve, to achieve enlightenment, to achieve, if not, then it will be liberated from some surface. At least happiness of future life for yourself. You see? You see? So I told in long time ago, Buddha said, I don't know which text, Buddha said, hundreds of Mangaljipu and Charipu, Mangaljipu, who's excellent in psychic power, miracles, miracle power. And Sharipu was excellent among the disciples about wisdom. So hundreds of those we over lunch. Hundreds of those we over lunch. So it's better to remember impermanence 1 second. That's better for the mind than that. Buddha said that. You see? You understand? Hundreds of mangoes you may share over lunch. That and remember impermanence, that 1 second. It's more beneficial to this than offering lunch to 100 disciples, Mongol, Mangojibu and Sheribu. Now you understand the point. You see? You go over lunch, yes, but that doesn't immediately, you see, lose the concept permanence and remind practice Dharma, you see, it doesn't bring that. So here, remember, immediately, what the beauty in Dharma, it's there. So also Buddha's very last teaching is the impermanence. Now you understand. Very last teaching is the impermanence. Impermanence. Yeah, so about that. Right. Sudaron Salva, the achieving liberation from samsara one has total responsibility and freedom, abolition, and binds the people from oceans of samsara suffering. Lama. You know, which they've been experiencing 6 realms, oceans of 6 realms. From beginning it's about then they will be experiencing endless ones that do not read Dharma, don't practice Dharma. Whoa. Can you imagine? Even human being, after all that, better brain, after all that, you see, doesn't mean practicing Dharma. Most human beings have been Dharma. So difficult to be Dharma. So difficult to believe in Dharma. So difficult to believe in Dharma. They run away from Dharma. So as you know. So like that. So even you try to explain, they run away, they run away from the truth. So difficult. So not only that, free Namalitsente means from the every single one free from the oceans of samsara, suffering. By yourself, no question that. On top of that, beside that, then everyone brings them in to peerless happiness, total cessation of spiritual growth, accumulation of realization, Sangha. By yourself, you see. Therefore, I must teach environment to the perfect without slight missing. And what I did, I'm going to listen to teaching, okay? Then it's a cut about practice. Yeah, only Guru passed away. Only once Guru, not the Guru in the world, your Guru passed away. Yeah, and then that's see, remembering those advice I gave already. So then, doing practice, remembering all this, the Buddhist practice. This is unbelievable. Yeah, wow. Lama Chaba talk, or that's so many. So that's incredible. The greatest purification. So if you have any negative karma college with Guru, without Guru, or without Guru, greatest purification and collecting the most excellent merits. So you must know that. It wasn't the only religious Lama you should know. But I'm using that example. So to other gurus and right. Then, after I spent the last time, during Guru blessing, then 6 remembrance. With the 6 remembrance, they make offering to control. Not just, no. That's very watery translation. Very watery in the middle. Very watery. Make offering conchok as the rare gun, the rare chalk sublime, rare sublime ones. Kunjong Chava, Buddha Sangha. So Guru is with that. So other Guru with our Sangha was. So as much as possible during offering service to the Sanghas. Yes, and it is tea offerings to the Sangha, according to your capacity what you have, then you see tea offerings, and like the Tibetan monastery, bread, with that commonly goes bread and tea with tea, or that's commonly what's done like that in the morning, especially, or evening. So then more you are able to do bread, then you are able to do something to eat with tea, so bread. Of course, you can offer others. So that's up to the benefactor, and what is possible or not to do to make it. Then also I can offer lunch, so the Sangha. So, money offering, the very common thing, the money offering, or tea, money offering, or just money offering. So money is up to how much you can offer, how many Sanghas there, it's up to you. But I have one thing to advise. Yes. I only tell some benefactors, some people advise when they do Lord pujas offering Sanghas. So not everybody, I tell some people, yeah. So if they can think, it's wow. No comparison business, even they make $1 billion business, $1 billion, they can get $1 billion profit, nothing. So of course, first general bodhicitta. As I which we did beginning, so free the numberless individuals from the oceans of samsara and bring them to enlightenment by myself alone. So therefore, that must be doing like they're going to this over. Yes, Bodhicitta first begin with that. Then after that, every Sangha. So if you're making offering to one Sangha, or 10 Sangha, 50 Sangha, or you're making offering 1,000 Sangha, million Sangha, billion Sangha, yeah? So then, you see, nowadays, not a Glupa, but even Kachi Nyingma Satya, nowadays mostly his own disciples, many of them his own disciples. So his own is your guru, so so think, Bodhicitta, then you think, I make an offering. So what are you offering? Tea offering or money offering? Offering to each pause of my guru. To each pause of my guru. He's honest, is he? But of course, if they are, when you are disabled, like Chapter 2, the Rinpoche, Rinpoche, many others, then you see, you can also think like that for others, yes. So, pause, so make an offering to your Guru's pause. Then you collect, if one Sangha, you make offering, tea offering, one offering, taking the Guru's pause, one Sangha, or make food offering, tea offering, or, coffee, cup of coffee, whatever, you see. Think. Your Guru is not a bodhicitta. Think even one. Think your Guru is four. Then you call it merit. Much more than merit offering to numberless Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, numberless statue, Buddha, stupa, sculpture, all like that. You call it, that's why I say, if you have $1 billion business, there's nothing. Then this one. You have to know that. Beginning Bodhicitta, then more than sky made you collect. Then after this, that's what I said in teaching. You hear more merit of the number of Buddha Sangha, the number of statues, stupa, sculptures, so like that. So I write sometimes to some benefactors also, some people who had wrote poetry. I was in the monastery, so see. The point is, even to achieving enlightenment, fast for sending banks, and then you could call merit to purify, purification of merit. That's the main thing. What he does most, yeah? You do that, you put your effort in that, you see? Like that. Yeah, so, yeah. Or even you're inviting some, if you're inviting, you see, here in this case, not a Sangha. Anyone, anybody lay person who's your Guru's disciple, and you're inviting at home or inviting a restaurant for lunch. You're even smart. Didn't think the Guru does this, one person, two person, same Guru is a disciple, poor disciple. Then you make offering. Then you collect the most humble merits. Everything like that. So not just I just party. Then the attachment. That's called samsara. The Lord. Okay, all right. So you see, for Sangha, there can be 1,000 Sanghas or millions or whatever. Tea, when they make tea offering, you might buy a packet of tea, you offer. The packet of tea, a small packet of tea, goes into the big, very big pot of tea. See, goes, so covers 1,000 Sangha, millions Sangha, tea. You have things like that. If you don't have financial or capacity to make over. Even that, you have to think like that. You can crumble the merits. Yeah. You have so much opportunity. Think like that. I have no money. No. You don't have to think like that. Okay, that's enough. For example, bottle of milk, you see, many thousands of sanghas making tea offering. You offer one bottle of milk there. Wow! Then, you see, yeah, then bodhicitta must be, then the, offering the good for, wow, then, You see? Okay, thanks. I must tell the story. When I was traveling pilgrimage in Tibet, maybe the third time or second time, third time maybe. So I didn't plan myself, but the Sherpa group who lead us to the pilgrimage, so they made plan. We were going to Radin, that's our plan, but it's on the way. The Karmapa Monastery, Super Karmapa is on the way. So we spent one night near the monastery, outside the tent. So it was very, very nice. Very nice. So between two mountains like this, the monastery is here. And then if you go on the top, able to go, then there are hermitages. Yeah, but so. And we tried to make offering, the puja, and make offering for them. So I myself make offering to to all the monks. So we have others doing offering Sangha maybe to another their offering. But I myself also make over to the monk. So suddenly a question came, what to think, Then I tried to visualize each monk is my guru. Each one is my guru. Each one is my guru, you see. They make offering to the guru. So this way, they made offering to the guru, you see, collect the most extensive merit, then offer to numberless Buddha, numberless Dharma, numberless statues, numberless stupa, numberless sculpture, you see. Unbelievable. So by thinking each one, guru, actually you made the offering, you got the merit to have from guru. So I thought came to that, because I was myself standing offering money to the guru. So yeah, I did that. So many monks in the monastery we did offering in different rooms. There was one monk in the room. There was one monk who was doing protector puja, not protector puja, protector puja. And that monk, that's definitely very, very, very special power. That monk is very, very special, very, very special. That monk. Yeah. Not because he's doing the portrait. No. From how the monk is, I'm describing that. Very, very powerful, very special, very special. But we didn't reach in the kitchen. We didn't go in the kitchen. I don't think so. You remember? No. Kitchen was explained to us, but by one man. But didn't go in the kitchen. Yeah. So that's. Then next day we left to Radin, the Java Domdambas Monastery. Lama says thanks to Java Domdamba was jealous. The monastery Radin, advised by Java Domdamba, but benefits were sent to me. Radin. The many catamications, many catamications happened from that. So we stayed a few days there. So we arrived there, but before we arrived, it was announced we are coming. So Chinese announced nobody from village can come to see. When you have name, because I have dry name Rinpoche, so then Tibetan people will come. So Chinese said, not allowed to go. Yeah, so at 10 o'clock, I was alone in the tent. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, one Tibetan later came. She has a wood. She has some brand, some maybe incense or some broken leaves of wood, maybe incense. I'm not sure. She wrapped in a apricot.
Apron.
Huh?
Apron.
Apron, yeah. She brought, didn't have permission, but she came, she just came. I don't know who she is, I can't say. Maybe Tara, maybe I can't say what. So, came over me. But of course, officially not allowed. Yeah. So that's what she did, and nobody came. Then next late, we were then the Chinese monk pointed by Chinese, so the head of the monastery, not by Tibetan, but head of the monastery, the High Lama was there, but he didn't have robes on. He was very happy to see me. But the monk pointed by Chinese, so he received us in the monastery and tea and the snake, kind of things to eat. And after that, I think the day before, or maybe that day, or day before, I'm not sure. So first time when you arrive, so you drink water down below the Lama Desha's holy object. Not Guya so much as that, but the thing, of course, then. Not Guya so much exact, but something Jamadoja, I think. So this much started, this much. So I offered Paul Mala, and then Maxima Karuna over gold. Face, the face was started. So it was going to offer for 1 year or something. Yeah, maybe get 1 year. So upstairs there's statue. That's the most precious thing, and the downstairs the water. The water, anybody drinks water doesn't get one water. It says, yeah, it's very, very famous. So we became late to go up. Became late to go up. Where Lama Tsongkhapa rode lumber and chemo. One place to where you rode, one place to where you teach or something. So it was ruined. Only one side walls up, but was ruined. So I could have brought one stone as a relic from there. So it is an incredible blessing, Lama Tsongkhapa. So I thought, I didn't get to ask the monk who is appointed by the Chinese as a leader. So he was there during our puja. We did jochu and light candles, and we did jochu in the times, boom dark. So then we came down. Nobody fell down. Luckily, nobody fell down. So we came down to the monastery. So that then above there was Lama Umapa Satya, Lama Tsongkhapa's guru. The time was late, so we didn't go to see inside. So that was a rebuild. Yeah. Then I remember that Pope the Kasa, Yeah, we got up, I think that day before we left Rajing. We got up 4 o'clock, left to say nunnery of Rajing. We got up 4 o'clock, then we walked 4 o'clock in the morning. Then we arrived at nunnery. There's supposed to be 3 nunnery, but we didn't see. They were very, very small houses. And Gomba. So there was one Messiah statue to be met. It was destroyed before they met. So we met in Lhasa and offered Messiah statue. And this much. You remember?
Yeah.
Met in Lhasa and offered. So did puja and offered nuns and so nunnery. Yeah, so so that's what we what Rajin Rinpoche, the Drum bus incarnation, the Gautron bus. Rajin Rinpoche, the previous past race or the reincarnated, but this is the monastery head Lama went Bandalama Lake 7 days they spent and they checked. So it seems they do that and I don't know whether they received letter from as soon as accepting or not. I don't remember. So anyway, that is not in the monastery, down below Techepoton or something. So we didn't go to see the Lama incarnation. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then the next one it says, Lama la tebatang kwa chembe Sangha the changes some about maybe more to the. Then with strong devotion, respect to Lama, to the Guru. Then unimaginable Bodhisattvas, they are being witnessed. They are about in the witness. I think that. Then you recite this. Chojuna Shiva Sangha the Jesamatan Dalagunsos. Bodhisattvas, all the Bodhisattvas about intention. Please please consider me, I think. Pay attention to me or please consider me. Please think of me. Sanghas, please think of me. Our making offering to rest of my ones. Made offering, service to offering to the Sanghas. So Sanghas Giddu. So Giddu means intending virtue. Giddu means intending virtue. You have to understand. Giddu means Sangha, yeah, intending virtue. So, for example, Gelong is a big shoes. Gelong, beggar of virtue. beggar virtue. Many people might think, oh, in Sri Lanka, Thailand, the Dharma food in the monastery, they go to beg, you see. So they may relate to the food. No. Virtuous beggar, virtuous beggar, virtuous nirvana. You have to understand nirvana, individual level. Yeah, liberation. The liberation from samsara. What you beg is nirvana. Not food, eh? That's the common you want people to think of. No. Virtuous beggar, get along. Oh. Nirvana is the virtue. So I think Indian virtue here. Gidun any good jivatangs and doing offerings to the Gidun, yeah. So Indian virtue, so they can be similar to liberation, yeah. Gay, the vows, yeah, the path. All right. Then Jungbulo Troma Tamatans. Mertrama to the I don't know, Sanskrit, Yakshas, maybe Yakshas, Jumbo. The same as that talk, after you talk, then Chola, remainder of talk, then you give the I don't know, spirits or Jumbo, Yaksha, I don't know which sounds correct. Yakshas or maybe Yakshas, maybe, I don't know. Then Sungdomdangs, maybe taking vow. Yeah, for example, in Advanced precepts, which is able for everybody, especially that day. Advanced precepts. Oh, yeah. That registration that's done. And I think if you do self-initiation or like that, whatever, so if you've done the retreat, self-initiation. Yeah, self-initiation or offering, look very common, it's offering. So the person guru, offering the guru, it's very common. Dejudang, recitations. Tosa Gundura Saba, Sunna, the Jesus of Jesus, give out done any merit collected, any merits of transcendental wisdom, merit, and body merit, Sonam merits. Collected transcendental wisdom, merit, and virtue, the method, you see, method wisdom, so method. So with wisdom, with the meditation, with the emptiness, then merit collected, then we transfer to merit. Then the Bodhicitta and so renunciation of the Dharma mind, renunciation to the other method. So listening by also listening, teaching, reflecting, teaching, meditation, and so on. So all these merits so all these totalized into one. Division, dumde, so I don't know why 2 times. Totalized into one, make it into one. Then we all what are the three things? Dumde, domne. I'll ask, but would have to bring. Dajagalama Yangdaba Gawe Sinin, our Guru, perfect virtues of mind. These virtues, this gallon, Bodhisattva, such father, son, you have said Jubata, the father, son, the lineage, to all offer, I offer, we offer, the Buddha. Purifying, Lama Gawe Singing and you two and Chepa to Kondu Zopa George by offering, then Guru, virtual friends, all your holy view, I think, or your holy views, may it be completed higher and higher. Kone kondu yonsu zoba choche. Satan lamji rinpe panchatan. Kedan tiba chiba chichiba tachi tanshi tabo choche. The abandonment of the graduated path and Buddhism and obstacles, obscurations, anything made it purified. Lama Satu Rimidone. By proceeding Papa's Buddhism, Dajalosawa, something at Tundu, Mudunumberzawa, Sangha Chuchim. Ask so for the sentence, all that sentence bands. May we suffer the achieve enlightenment, achieve full enlightenment quickly for the sake of all the sentient things. That's what she's saying. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. The next one can start, can finish.
Just temporary stop.
Huh?
Just a temporary stop.
Stop forever. 다가 진짜 사바가 주는도 아까가 예버리서 대변이 모르는데 저 I don't know, it's all about the best of it. Changchua Samjo Rinpoche Mati Pana Chichuchi Jeva Nyamba Meba Yi Kone Kong Tu Bawa Shou Oh Semden Nepa Chinyapa Newton Nere Tajuchi Adove Nena Malupa Tato Juma Meba Shou Semden Nepa Chinyapa Newton Nere Tajuchi Dove Nena Malupa Tato Juma Meba Shou Semden Nepa Chinyapa Newton Nere Tajuchi Dove Nena Malupa Juma Meba Shou And those who died by version, so without condition. Hey, so then all the was the lifetime be guided by Lama by mind of the Guru. Never separate from the people that admired all the Buddhas. Taragundu Jawa Sangha Vete Cho Cheni Mosu Zebet Jave Ngabe Lamsa Tenye Danke Che Taya Tao Madraje Oh, then me jo nam dara tang me chim da de la che ja se che be nyin do che de do che ge rim ni nan ju ji lo sa ja wi ten da ja wa ra jo did all that Casare past, present, future, marriage, to collect by me through time, to collect by numberless sentence bank, numberless Buddhas. May I fulfill the wishes of sentient beings more than which granted, more than which fulfilling draws. And may I make complete the hopes of the sentient beings more than which grant tree. Chanajiza Lama Tuje Javan Judave Dije Dunga Gumala Tantan Dala Memba Dage Dege Shala Tawa Ye Jure De Da Ye Jemba Jinjelo do all that was the best and best I managed to collect right Three-dimensional collateral number is sentiment, three-dimensional collateral number is Buddha. So this scientific, while everything is totally empty from its own side, the creator of the I is empty from its own side. Action is empty, totally empty. Real action empty from its side. Real object totally empty from its side. So everything. So like that, everything totally empty from its own side. I did all the past, the best, I made it to class. 3 times I made it to class, the numberless sentences, and numberless Buddha. Mad I to the Buddha. Lead all sentient bands. To that Buddhahood. By myself alone. Jambal Bhavajita Jambada Kunda Sangmo Deyan Dejin Deta Kunye Jesan Dala Gavata Tanjera Tongo Zebe Jawa Tamji Jungo Akala Chuzongo Bai Daya Gave Zawa Digin Jasangmo Jera Tongo Jede Command Payande Amalabam Kale Joe Same Kare Zomem Tene Yazolam Adem Toishe Okay, thank you very much.